And we are recording. Okay, guys, thank you for coming. Thank you for changing the date of tonight's meeting. Um, to start tonight's meeting, I would like to pass it off to Rev Dave to open us up and discuss last year. Yeah, and then I will introduce Natalie. So, Rev, take it away.
All right. Well, it's good to see everybody. How's everybody doing? It's been a week.
I woke up today. That's a blessing. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Amen. Well, this year really, the last event, I think was our highest attendance that we've had. We changed up the format a bit and kind of had one spotlighted person take up more time than the other panelists did, and that of course was Bobby. And so we're every year we're trying to learn from the year before, and Jacob and I have conversations about what went well, what could have been better, and but overall, yeah, we were satisfied with this year's event.
Oh, yeah, and I wasn't even out from behind the desk, and Rev came over to me, and what did you say to me? Rave reviews already.
Well, yeah, Bobby had everybody in tears, so uh,
Yeah,
it was the great. We talked about in the past several years. We've talked about being very intentional about not being only negative and not having people leave feeling beat up and down on the world, but give hope. And this year, I think more than the others, we accomplished that.
oh gosh, we did, and not to, but I had a few weeks ago, Linda was there. I had a conversation with Bobby's mom, and I asked her, how is he doing? Because we all, am I right? She did mention that he has kidney issues and whatnot. So I asked her, how is he doing medically? And it, I am very happy news to report to you all that he is holding his own. Excuse me, the kidney is functioning. So we are all good in that respect. Barb, I told Rev this. She fell in love with the field so much, Linda, that she's registering in to play in the spring. I said I would assist with that. So I think, like Rev said, a lot of good came out. And I have no complaints coming from the chair's end. And I think that's pretty good. Um, Next, I would like to introduce one of my cousins on the Hackett side. Natalie, would you please tell your story?
Of course. Hi, guys. So, my name is Natalie. I am 37 years old. I live in South Jersey, so Egg Harbor Township. I work for Atlantic City Electric, Exelon, as a customer relations specialist, assessor. So, I basically deal with all the complaints.
Yeah.
I I was in a car accident a few years back, about 8 years ago, and it triggered something that was inside of me, and I have muscular dystrophy. I was diagnosed with muscular dystrophy at the age of 34, so I am a full-time, well, 75% of the time when I'm outside of the house, I am on an electric chair. So I have dysferlinopathy, and I was talking to Aunt Sue and Uncle Barry, which is Jacob's grandparents, about the accessibility form, and I asked about more information. So I'm here. Hi, guys. So thank you for having me. I can't wait to learn more and hopefully help out as much as I can.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah,
Thank you.
of
Um,
course.
um, I have me, and, recap of last year. I had after the forum, as I always do, Rev does my evaluation, and then a few others would agree to tell me what they thought. Martina was one, Kathleen was one, and Sal was one. And I didn't know Martino that well. I've had phone calls with him, and he said to me, watching you up there was mine. What did he tell me? Watching me up there was just watching me tell the stories. He said, please involve me this year. So, guys, without a doubt, we have a one. I've reached out to the entire uh, group from last year because, as the committee probably agrees with me, you can disagree if you want to. Um, I think last year's group did so well with the storytelling and the, Linda, would you call it passion?
I
The-
think I would.
the-
Yeah.
The passion that they had in telling their stories. I felt like I had to give them all a chance to come back. And Zach has also expressed an interest in returning. He cannot be with us tonight. I just got a text from up above, but I really truly feel that this this past year's group was one of the best groups we've ever had. Does anyone have anything to go along?
I think part of the reason that it worked so well is because you gave them a focus. So everybody was on the same page and it made it more cohesive.
I agree.
Okay, so that's what I'm leaning towards again. And this year's topic is self-advocacy. We've all had to do it. Natalie, this is actually perfect for you because, I mean, looking back, that's what, I mean, you're advocating for customers, goodness sakes, at Atlantic City Electric. I mean,
Yeah.
they have an issue. But this year's topic is self-advocacy. In your eyes, guys, what would you do? Would you keep more of the same? What would you do? Um, we can go around. I don't
I'll
care.
speak first. I think one of the things that has like not only inspired me but helped me to like just be excited about what we're doing is how we share the things we find that are working. I mean, we're going to always come across things that need more help. Just like, for example, the fact that you can get into a liquor store with a wheelchair, but you can't get into the post office, um, without assistance. Things that we're working on. But like some of the stories that were told in the videos that we share among our group are so inspiring that it makes us realize that even though we are a very small group of people, we can make a difference. If we keep working together and keep sharing ideas and keep reaching out to see what other people and other communities are doing to improve, accessibility for all.
I
It's
think,
so-
Jacob, we're going to have to, with that topic, have on hand and maybe a handout where people can literally email, call, snail mail to self-advocate. It's one thing to say you need to speak for yourself, but it's been my experience that when you need to speak for yourself, you are in a position of weakness, or you wouldn't need to be speaking for yourself. And so, in addition to focusing on, yes, you can speak for yourself, in my opinion, we ought to offer something, as I said, a piece of paper that would have addresses and names and phone.
Resources, yeah.
What about like the Board of Public Utilities, the BBB, the Better Business Bureau, things that, I mean,
Very
this is what
good.
I work with. I work with the commissions. So I work within tariffs and stuff. So, I mean, we could get the Board of Public Utilities, the Better Business Bureau, all of that, and have that on a handout.
We need more people in those positions that can help make change, basically. Who do we reach out to that can make a difference?
The senator's
You know?
office, the governor, like a list. I don't know if I'm able to, but
yeah.
I can possibly get a list of South Jersey like addresses and such.
At least start. No, that would be great.
That
Yeah.
would be marvelous.
Of course. That's what I do. I deal with regulatory, so the regulatory issues and all that.
But I offer also another thought of self-advocacy. And Jacob, we talked about this a while ago. You had never heard of an ABLE account. And that's self-advocacy all the way. And I know you've talked to Assemblyman
Guardian.
Gardner about it. And I have tried to follow through. And from what I can gather, and, as we just said, finding where to go to find the answer. And frankly, in the middle of the campaign, I didn't think it was a good time to bother Don. But it seems to have stalled. It's Bill A-115, and I've got a copy. And basically, it improves the ability for anyone disabled to have an ABLE account. ABLE stands for Achieving a Better Life Experience. And Natalie, you're shaking your head.
I've never heard of that. I've never heard of it. So I'm loving hearing about this.
Well, what it is someone who gets any kind of government assistance can put money away in this account and use it as needed, and it isn't taxed.
Wow.
That's amazing. And
So,
it's so unknown.
well, that's what Jacob said to me. Now, being an attorney and working with clients with it all the time, I've known about it, and I just thought everyone else did. But Jacob didn't seem to. So anyway, I'm offering the thought that that might be one of the topics that we should publicize and explain to people. Jacob, what do you think?
Oh, Lynn, I'm all for it. We just have to find, as I always say, the one.
Are you still there? I didn't hear you.
Yeah, I'm here, Lynn. I said, I'll repeat. We just have to find the one, whoever that is. Whether it's the someone to talk about that, because yeah, that's very important.
All right.
How
Well,
does that
I could take on that responsibility. The logical one, I would think, if Don can get this through, because this is his bill. And I am hoping by the time we have a forum, the ABLE account still exists. I've got clients, I've worked through it. I know about Pennsylvania, I know about New Jersey. This improves it, and it's Don's bill to approve it. And I'm hoping by the time we have our forum in June, the improvements will be there. But regardless, the ability to have an ABLE account, Natalie, I think you're right. Most people don't know about it.
No, not at all. I mean, it's something that I could bring up for my customers also. So thank you for that information.
And how do you find out about that? Through the bank? The state of New Jersey?
With my clients, they, yeah, but financial institutions more than banks, but they know about ABLE accounts and what is involved. Yes.
ablenow.com is the
Well,
website,
okay.
or a website just to get more information.
Able Now?
Able
As-
Now.
As I said, it stands for Achieving a Better Life Experience. I'm also a hearing officer with ARC of Atlantic County. And I work with them and the clients getting ABLE accounts, as well. So again, I was surprised that everyone just didn't know and how to do it and whatever. And it might be something we want to
Yeah.
promote, explain. And also, maybe once we get this election over with, writing to Don to support him in making the improvements to the ABLE account would be appropriate as well. And Jacob, if I could report, we were talking about last year, the post office situation. It has now gone nationwide. I have my college classmates meet by Zoom regularly, and they're all over the country, and they're all checking out their post offices
That's
for.
great.
It's
That's
great,
good.
but they're finding the same thing we did in Atlantic County.
Right.
They're not wheelchair accessible.
Right.
And then I say, but they're not covered by the ADA. And then I'm asked, well, why not? And I go, I don't know why the ADA won't cover post offices, but that's where we are. And I'm also hoping, if you remember at the last meeting, our Absecon postmaster said she was going to change Absecon and make it happen. And I'm hoping maybe, Jacob, you can announce that that was done at the next, by June.
Oh, yeah, I'm hoping so too, Lynn. And Lynn, here's another piece of tidbit of information you may have not known either. I had a conversation with Councilman Rich DeRose at the Field of Dreams in September, and he told me that you were all there the night I got that word from Jeff Van Drew. After I got the award from Van Drew, they then realized that City Hall was not ADA accessible. So now Rich DeRose is working with his team. And Lynn, did they give us a deadline or excuse me,
Oh, as near as they could, what I have heard by the end of the year.
Oh, okay.
When you're working with contractors, they won't give you a definite date because they're held up by parts. It just
Yeah.
by the end of the year. So clearly, by our forum in June, that would be an announcement you can make.
Okay. Yeah. And Lynn, speaking of announcements, shall I make my other announcement?
Well, why don't I start with an apology to you?
Uh-oh, go ahead. Yes.
Well, I know Jacob is wonderful. And we watched, Jim and I, Action News and Hometown Heroes. So I nominated Jacob. And I told the guy, now, Jacob does not know, and I do not want him to know until it's definite that you can do this. And so there was a lot of things happening. I was in constant touch. I'm sending things or whatever. And finally, he said it's a go. Now, the apology is you're working with TV people, and dates move to other dates, and times are changed, and I have to get back to you. So Jacob has been nominated as a hometown hero. Channel 6 Action News has accepted it. But when we get this all in place, and that's my apology, Jacob, because you have been jumping through hoops trying to work with Channel 6, and I am sorry. I'm upset that I put you through that.
Great.
So why don't
Lynn,
you give everybody the latest update?
That's amazing. Congratulations.
thank you. The latest, Lynn, the latest update is and being very nice. Barb and Linda are on the board with me, so I will be as nice as I can.
So what are we talking, mid-October?
They, yeah, Lynn, but here's the big problem. I'm explaining to them our season ended last weekend, and they still think that Chuck and I can magically get players there, and I've written I don't know how many.
Well, maybe we can send them a video.
That's what I'm thinking. I said, would you like videos from or pictures from Kelly off of one of the YouTube slideshows? No. And then they finally came up with the idea that he's just going to interview the board members and myself. Do we have a date? No.
The only other thought I had was maybe some of the either older players or parents of the players would be willing to give Nick a couple quotes about how their son or daughter has been playing, for years, or what it has meant to them. And maybe also some of the helpers. Now, again, I could be mistaken, but I think like high school teams or cheerleaders or, young groups, don't they come and help?
Oh, yeah.
So maybe pick one or two people from them who would be willing to talk to Nick. But it's all the arranging, and that's why I'm apologizing to you.
Oh, please.
I am so sorry that you're having to go through all this.
Please don't be sorry. Philly News calls me about once a year. PHL 17. I mean, please don't be sorry. It happens. We work with what we have. It is what it is, and it'll get done when it'll get done, and that'll be that. I just hope it's not. I just hope it's not in the middle of a snowstorm.
Well, I have to share a giggle, and I say this with love, so you know.
Yes.
After they finally told Jacob, he emailed Nick back, and I was copied. And he begins by saying, he's so appreciative and absolutely speechless. Then he proceeds to type another 2 or 3 paragraphs because he's so speechless.
I love it. That's our. That's great.
So that is where Lynn, I will keep you posted on whatever happens with that, and when it happens, it happens. Before I forget, the date of this event is Monday, June. Can somebody pull up a calendar to make sure I'm right? Does the 8th sound right?
The 8th is a Monday.
So that is right.
That's our forum.
Yes.
And what time is that normally, if you don't mind me
7,
asking?
7
7, okay,
p. 7 p.m.
perfect, thank you.
Mm-hmm. Let's do, yeah, we normally fit a solid 2 hours in, don't we?
Now,
An hour and a half.
We an hour and a half. That's what I was thinking. Ooh, here's a topic for the year. Next topic. In September, Rev Dave joined me at Stockton University with Becky Minnell, and I spoke to her Masters of Science OT group. Rev, weren't they an engaged group? I thought so.
Very much so. Yes.
And I threw a couple of jokes in there. They like that.
That was my advice.
Yes.
oh,
And Sam advised the same thing. He goes, you gotta start with a little joke. And I said, we are Barb, Linda, we know Sam can be very funny. And I said to him, I said, so did I start it off right? He goes, you are perfect.
You gotta reel them in.
I did. And as you all know, reeling people in when you're giving a speech, you can go one way or another. So they were a very engaged group. I told Becky if they wanted to join us for the forum, they would be more than welcome. Becky attended. Correct, gang? She was there last, or this. I'll say last, even though it is this. She was there. And it went well. They were very interested. Asked me, they're college kids. You never know what they're going to ask you. They asked, Rev, do you remember what? I'm trying to remember what exactly I was asked, but they asked me difficulties in public. What else was I
Yeah,
asked?
they asked about the field. They seemed interested in volunteering at the field.
Oh yeah, I plugged that. Um, they wanted to know schooling.
Hmm.
I went back as far as one could remember, as far as I could remember. I told, they're always asking for. A few of you have suggested getting a college student or two in there. Lynn asking honestly, do you think it would be good? Do you think a college student would be a good self advocate? Yes or no?
absolutely. And you need to pick the right college student, which of course, I think Becky would be able to help you to do that.
Yeah.
All right. So, Rev, maybe it's another idea. We go back and scan the room again.
Well, also
Yeah.
just remember that June is usually the time in between semesters. So if they live on campus and they go home for the summer, it might be a challenge.
Can I say something real quick?
Of course
I
you can.
I am a member and a board member now for the Northfield Linwood South Jersey Kiwanis Club, and Kiwanis has um I guess a component at Stockton called Circle K, and I have
Yeah.
intention of Kiwanis that I feel that we need to align with them. They need to align with us for the Field of Dreams. Um, so we put it on our agenda, and we're going to try to generate some volunteers and things like that. But the Circle K kids were so interested in the field and learning more about it. The problem is with the Stockton students, and they could be helpful in the fall is that transportation for them. You know, even though they're not that far from the field, a lot of them don't have cars and things like that. But they're very interested in getting involved. And so I'm really glad that we've made this connection, and I'm hoping that our partnership can continue to grow with the South Jersey Kiwanis and the Field of Dreams
Oh,
and
yeah.
accessibility thing.
Oh, yeah.
People are,
I,
really, really eager to help and get involved in these types of things. So,
yeah. I had, excuse me, Barb and Rev Dave were at, um, goodness gracious, what was it? Almost four, was that 4 years ago I was at ACCC now? It's been a while.
I was there virtually.
Yeah, you were there virtually. Anyway, about 4 years ago, I was at ACCC, and the person who
February 2022.
I remember where you were, exactly how it all. Yep.
Yeah.
So anyway, I one of the guy who put it all together mentioned to me same thing, Kim, about Circle K. I believe they were
okay.
there the following spring, but I hadn't heard anything after that.
Yeah. So I brought it up at a meeting, and it's definitely, it's something that they are now aware of and that we're trying to, kind of move forward with. So,
Well, great. I think that's wonderful that you're making people aware because you need to, especially as.
Can I just say how wonderful connection is,
mhm.
but being old and experienced, the follow through is what makes
Yes.
a difference. Like the Absecon post office lady, postmaster, I need to make sure that she is following through. I'm sure she was sincere. She wasn't lying, but we've got to follow through. We've got to follow through with legislation. I mean, people mean well, and they absolutely think
Yes.
they'll be able to do things, but it's sort of like, I guess, the squeaky wheel.
Yes, the oil.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So we've got to be ready to say it 4 and 5 times to make it happen and not be discouraged because we need to do
Right.
that.
Right.
And
Opinion.
and when we meet resistance.
Right. And I don't mean to get political here, but I listen to Ann Baker on the regular on WOND. What did I do? Oh, I think we're back. Okay. I listen to Ann Baker on WOND on the regular, and she will ask, and it by no means do I want to get political, but she will ask politicians, are you aware, are you up on the standards of accessibility? Have you noticed things? And more often than not, the answer is no. And I think in order to make things better, it's a team effort where you get all parties involved. I don't know, that's just my philosophy on some things.
I agree. There's so many places that they say they're handicap accessible, or so off subject. When I bought my wedding dress, they said it was completely handicap accessible. There was no railing. The bathroom was on the second floor, and they had an entrance with two rails that I had to walk up to go in there. But because it was a historical building in like the Cherry Hill area, they could not make any modifications, which was
Right.
absolutely crazy. And the bathroom was up on the second floor. So even trying on a wedding dress, I could not run to the bathroom.
Wow.
The building that I work for or work at is Carneys Point. The handicap bathrooms, I could not open the doors because I have no upper body strength. That's a story for another day, but I am all for being the voice along with Jacob. I don't know if anyone else is rolling with the tides or, rolling with things, but I am the voice and I will be loud and proud and
Eh,
scream it for
Natalie,
everything.
now that you're part of this group, can you also like forward us your contact information?
Of course. Yeah, of course. I'll drop everything in the email chat and forward it to you guys. But I'm excited, and Jacob, I was telling your grandparents, I'm like, I will scream it loud and proud. And your grandmother
Okay.
looked at me and she's like, you will. You will. And no one realizes that, I don't know, Jacob, if you see it too firsthand, but when I go to pay for something, they're looking at Eddie, my husband, not me. When I'm the
Mhm.
one here with the card, or they'll like talk over me. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm 37.
Yeah.
You can talk to me.
That's, Natalie, that's not only a handicap thing, but you've got women on this call.
That's right. It's a
They
woman.
can tell you all kinds of stories. The
Well-
only reason I ever get respect is because there's an Esquire after my name.
And you earn that. You earn that. And I'm just trying to joke, but no, I know. It's
But, stories, even when the children were little, doctors
Yeah.
wouldn't allow me to talk or be and then one day, true story, they made me stay in the waiting room while my young, I guess Kathy was 8 or something, had an eye examination because her brother had whipped the stick and it ripped her eye. Well, anyway. So I said, okay, but you need to know I'm on call with the prosecutor's office. I'm the attorney with a major crime. And if there's a call that comes in, I need to get it. And the doctor said, I understand. Well, why don't you come back into the room with your daughter? So
even when I'm with my mother, like
Yeah.
they won't speak with me because they see me as a little child. I'm like, I'm 37. I live on my own. I work. I'm the one paying. My name is on the card.
it's like you've got a double whammy, but many of us as women have felt it just
So,
women.
today I
Frustrating.
I just recently bought a new bed, and they didn't tell me when I bought the bed that I needed a special attachment to attach the headboard. So I called the place back, and the guy was great. He's like, "Oh, we're going to give it to you for free. Is there a Mr. Goodwin that is handy that can put this on the bed?" And I said,
Wow.
"No, Mr. Goodwin passed away, but Mrs. Goodwin is very handy, and she can do it." But I think the guy like really backpedaled then,
That was
it was
good, Kim.
That
Yeah.
was very good.
it was really funny because my kid, like my husband, he did the laundry. We had like it was not stereotypical. I
Mhm.
learned 6 things as a kid with my dad, and grandma did. So we did what we could do as a couple. But it's just funny because some people don't realize how offensive that can be.
mhm.
Yes, and I can imagine what you go through, with your challenges.
I feel that we're all
that's
going to get along very well.
Yeah, as a teacher.
Oh,
Like we were taught, when you talk to like a child, don't talk down at them, get on their level so that you can talk to them, So yes, I can
1000%.
imagine what you go through. Yeah, I'm
yeah.
glad that you're with us. This is awesome.
Yeah, guys, last night I was in the Borgata using a stall in the bathroom, and a guy kept banging on the stall while I was in there, banged 2 or 3 times. And I went to the bathroom, I come out stall. He goes, I'm sorry for banging on the stall. I said, sir, don't be sorry. I go through it too. He was in a wheelchair, and believe it or not, the bathroom, Kim, if you can believe this, only had one handicapped stall. And Natalie, that's still
Oh, skin
fine.
is crawling just thinking of that.
Yeah, can imagine.
We went, Eddie, Jacob's cousin, and I drove down to Florida a few times this past year, and we went to a huge Buc-ee's, which is a Wawa and Walmart and Sam's all meet up and they have a baby. They had a
Hmm.
huge bathroom as big as our Walmart in Egg Harbor Township, one handicap bathroom, one stall
Right.
out of 50 stalls.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Ooh,
so frustrating, Jacob.
what? Oh,
One. One. I mean, I could
wow.
fit like 6 of my power chairs just in that one stall,
Right.
but there's one for everyone.
Well,
Jacob, we're gonna scream at the top of our lungs. We got
yes,
this.
we are. I have full faith. It's stuff of one, and you're right. I've never been to a Bucky's, but I've seen the store. It's huge. Natalie just dropped her email in the chat.
My cell phone number, my Facebook. I don't know if you guys have Facebook, but all my info is right in the chat.
Thank you.
Of course. I never check my email. Jacob learned the hard way, so text messaging or phone call is always the best. But I'll learn how to check my email.
But yeah, guys, I think we're gonna have another fabulous year as we always do. Thank you, thank you, thank you
Yep.
for coming back. Natalie, welcome to the team.
Thank you.
Now, where are we here? Okay, we are at October 9th. Thanksgiving and the holidays are just 2 short months away.
It's
When
so
would you,
crazy.
when would you beautiful people like to have a meeting again? January or February? It does not matter to me. I just,
January's better for me.
right, because you're in ski land, aren't you?
Hmm.
I,
I can still Zoom, but
oh yeah.
And January, we could possibly get the ball rolling for if we need a few months for things, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah. Right
Oh,
after the first of the year.
resolutions time.
yeah.
I think January, and then if for some reason it doesn't happen, we've got February. And in January, if we feel we need another quick meeting, we have February.
All right, that's
I,
fine.
planning ahead.
All right, Lynn, here comes another question. Do you think it would be wise to invite Don/Brett to a meeting after the election?
Yes,
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Brett's come to our meetings before. Right? You guys remember
well,
Don's,
he was at the forum.
right? Right, and he's been to, I think, all of them. So we are, let's look. Where are we before I put this into motion here? We are flip. So the next meeting would be Thursday, January 8th, 2026.
Okay. Right.
Sounds good.
And then we'll go March and then so on. Guys, before we let end this, any last comments, questions, thoughts, ideas for a possible ideas of a panel member that you would like me to contact, ideas of other people? Lynn, after the election, I really liked everything that, that what's his name? Oh God. When his name escaped me, the male Jack
Jack
Chitterell
Chitterelli.
I'll,
could.
Jacob, whatever you want, I'll do what I can.
All right. I mean, maybe. I mean, we have to see how it shakes out with the
Yeah,
election.
absolutely, but we will talk about it. Natalie, in my past life, I was a politician. That's why he's asking.
Yeah, yeah,
Well,
and I know him very well.
it seems like you're the right woman for the job.
Well, I'm a has-been. I has been a lot of stuff.
That was good, Lynn.
I just roll with it.
Okay, guys.
Well, I wanted to thank you guys for inviting me, and
of course.
I'm so excited to scream at the top of my lungs and be able to support you guys with whatever I can.
Thank you. Thank you. Guys, I will be in touch with you. I will see some of you on Barb, I'll see you Sunday. Linda, I will probably see you. You'll be there, right? Lynn, I will see you. We are sitting together. Name Frida, I don't know if I'll see you or not, but maybe.
We should be there.
All
We
right.
should be there.
All right. Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
Thank you
Have a
guys.
wonderful evening,
Thanks, everyone.
everybody.
Yes.
You too.
Good night,
Bye-bye, Lynn.
everyone.
Good night.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good
Nice
night.
meeting you all.
Yes.
Nice.
Take care.
Sweet. Okay.